sponsors and guests who are here tonight. We cannot do this gala without your continued support. I want to especially thank those of you that came from far away, from out of state, out of town, our San Diego members, our Orange County members, my JABA friends. And I want to give a special shout out to my bosses and colleague who flew all the way out from Maryland to be here tonight. And yes, my bosses are here tonight, so please be very kind to me while I'm up here. If you happen to talk to them, they're the two fine gentlemen sitting up here at the front. You can tell them what a wonderful lawyer and human being I am because it's bonus and raise season, and so I could use all the help I can get. So I'm up here to talk about tonight's theme, the power of diversity. And some of you may think that the theme came about in response to the presidential election and pretty much everything he's done since. But the truth is that the theme originally started off in response to the question that I had about what it means to be Japanese American in 2017. Because the answer to that question is dramatically different than what it was 41 years ago when JABA was first founded. Because of our unique history, we, as a community and an organization, have partnered with a lot of other communities and organizations to work with them, and as a result, we have become an extremely unique and diverse organization and community. For example, we have many generations of Japanese Americans. We have mixed-race Japanese Americans like myself. We have people who are not Japanese by race, but consider themselves Japanese American. And I think what binds us all together is that we all believe in the core values that JABA was founded on, which is to promote diversity and fight for equality. So to that end, it should be no surprise that we are honoring Toyota Motor North America. They have, although they have a Japanese parent company, they have established their roots here in the United States and have become a decidedly iconic American car company. They have been a leader in promoting diversity in the workplace and have supported communities all across the United States. And we will certainly miss having Toyota in our own backyard, but wish it nothing but the best in its new chapter in Texas. We are also honoring Scott Fujita, NFL Super Bowl champion Scott Fujita. Scott, along with the New Orleans Saints, inspired the entire nation when they won the Super Bowl shortly after Hurricane Katrina. And Scott, when I first saw your name on the back of the jersey when you were playing for Cal against my beloved Trojans, I have to admit I became an immediate fan, and I thought finally there's a Japanese American good enough to play at the college and pro level. And the truth is I wasn't really that far off, because regardless of your race, Scott, you have always identified yourself as Japanese American, and you have done so much for the communities and others to promote our culture, our history, and our traditions. And finally, we are honored to have tonight with us ACLU President Susan Herman. As many of you know, this year marks the 75th anniversary of Executive Order 9066, which led to the internment of 120,000 people of Japanese ancestry. And as important as it was to have heroes, in our own communities, such as Fred Korematsu or Gordon Hirabayashi, it was almost as important, maybe just as important, to have allies and friends who stood with us, such as the ACLU. And it should be no surprise that today, 75 years later, it's the ACLU that once again is leading the charge to protect civil liberties for all people here in the United States. So tonight, I hope that regardless of where you lie on the political spectrum, you'll think a little bit about diversity. You'll be inspired to think that diversity is not something we should be afraid of, not something that we should push away, but something that in our history has been a true asset to making our country great. I'm sorry, I had to make a slight Trump reference there. And I promise it'll be the only one. But truly, this country was based on diversity, based on immigrants who came to this country to make this country the incredible country that we all love. So tonight we are going to start off with a song that encapsulates our theme, because diversity is only powerful if we make sure that we are inclusive for those that may be different than us. So ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to introduce Ms. Jennifer Kumiyama.